one and all, I'm Decoy, and this week we're checking out Wasteland 2 Director's Cut on the Xbox Game Pass. Now what caught my attention was the first line in the description for this game says, from the producer of the original Fallout. And that alone piqued my interest, and I was like, I need to check this out. And of course, it's not like the newer Fallouts, but it definitely has an awesome old school RPG vibe. There's a ton of different weapons and items, and of course some of my characters look like the three amigos. I accidentally popped an achievement for dressing 3 of my people like the 3 amigos. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, as for traveling on the world map, it's definitely old school. You're just going to go from place to place. You can get ambushed. You can run into traveling merchants, all sorts of stuff. But what you really want to see is the combat, which is tactics style combat. And overall, it is pretty good, but you still got the problems like tactics games where you can be standing right beside an enemy and not have 100% chance to hit. And you're sitting there scratching your head going, well, why would I miss? What, am I going to accidentally shoot myself in the foot as opposed to shooting the enemy? Maybe. You never know. It does take a lot of things into consideration, though, during combat, though. You got whether your person's in cover, whether they're just standing out in the open, whether they're crouched, whether they have the high ground, or the enemy has the high ground. You don't want the enemy to have the high ground. You want the high ground. Another thing you have to worry about, though, is if one of your characters is getting surrounded by several enemies, they could freak out and lose control. And when that happens, when it's their turn, they're going to go do whatever they want. They don't care what your game plan is. They're going to go lone wolf and just run out there and do something really stupid. Maybe. There's a slight chance that what they do could help you. Alright, now let's take a look at your inventory, stats, and all that crazy stuff that you need to know when playing an RPG. At least I consider it to be fairly important. Now this character has a bunch of different weapon mods, which yes, you can mod your weapons, which is pretty cool. Now, weapon mods are kind of hard to come by in the world, so what you have to do is you gotta break down a weapon you have, and it's going to give you a percentage of either getting scrap back, which you can just sell, or a piece that you might want. Now, a safe rule of thumb here, if you play the game, do a quick save before breaking anything down. That way, if you don't get the part, you can always reload that save and try again. That's actually a safe rule of thumb for doing a great many things in this game. You'd be surprised how many times I've broke through a wall with only a 15% chance. You wouldn't be surprised at the number of times I've broken my leg attempting to do it. It's a lot. A lot of broken bones. A lot of fractures. Let's move on to character, skills, and perks. The other 3 key things in the menu that you'll want to know about. The first one, character, it's pretty much run-of-the-mill. If you've played an RPG before, you'll get it. Now as for skills, there's a bunch of different skills in this game, and as you level them up, it'll unlock new perks for you. There are some really good perks, but there's also some that are not really worth your time. That's pretty much standard RPG, right? Let's back it up to skills. When you build your ranger team, you're going to want people that are experts in the different areas. You're going to want someone who's good at lockpicking, someone that can disarm traps, someone that can break down walls. I would avoid doubling up on that type of stuff, but you definitely want to double up on medics. You can never have too many medics. At least entry-level medics, it's good. Because you're going to be taking some damage. And do you really want to have to run your one medic around constantly to heal people? Probably not. So overall, they did a good job with how that all works. Now for my final verdict, my negatives, the camera can suck at times and the game is not going to hold your hand too much. So certain players might have troubles along the way. However, the game is a lot of fun. At a $40 price tag, I'm actually going to say I think it's worth it. If you got Game Pass, it's definitely worth it, and it can help hold you over till the next Fallout. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.